A lot has been made of declining attention spans of younger demographics. Do you see this impacting the sports media industry in any way?
Yeah, I see it impacting all of media. I see it impacting every demographic that is out there. There's been numerous, research that has been done. I remember in my early days, people would say, "Well, you got about 15 seconds to connect."
Mhm.
Now, basically, there's different totals according to different people, but I basically say you got 6 to 8 seconds to really connect with the audience. And so, one of the big things I've always told talent and programmers, if I'm the consumer, if I'm listening to your radio station or your audio platform, don't waste my time.
Mhm.
When one of the things I really appreciated about the talent we had at ESPN when I was there, I'll give credit to Mike Greenberg and Mike Golick. When the red light went on,
Mhm.
they didn't do, "Hi, how you doing? What's going on?" They just went right to the content, whatever the biggest story of the day is. If you think about music formats over the year, it's always been about play the hits.
Mhm.
Well, it's the same thing with sports or news talk or whatever the format is. What's the hit of the day? Some days it's really easy. I've always said the easiest day of the year to be in sports radio generally is the day after the Super Bowl. That's all you're going to talk about. And you're not going to waste time. You're going to get right to that content. But what are you going to do 4 or 5 days after that, where it's all kind of worn off and the luster has gone away? How are you going to connect with your audience? So really understanding that you've got to be good, you got to play the hits, and you got to understand too, which I think is one of the most important things to tell content providers, is that programming today is not linear. It's not, we're going to have a show today and we're going to do A, B, C, and D in that order. It's really going to be whatever the biggest storyline is, you're going to come back to that storyline multiple times. Because let's say if you're going on the air at 6 a.m., by the time you get to 7 a.m., your audience is completely different. By the time you get to 8 a.m., it's completely different again. And if there's a really big story, you got to focus on that story and give people content that they just can't get enough of.